Hello, folks. Welcome to the Adventure Seeker Sarah show. My computer's not working very well, so I've hopped in here from my phone. I'm going to see if I can get me on the screen from here. Man, don't you just love technology? So I do have a guest in a little while, and we're gonna bring him on when he gets here. But first, I had a bunch of photos to show you. But if you've been watching along on my epic trip this week, you'll have seen a lot of them anyways. And since it's so beautiful outside, and since I have to use my phone anyways, we're gonna go for a walk. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. So today we're talking a little bit about the importance of kindness and the kindness of strangers in particular. You know, sort of my thing is I like to go about being as kind as possible as I can to people. And I think that, you know, it's kind of important that we all endeavor to do that, so we're collectively making the world a better place. And I've had some really fun experiences with that lately. One of those was where that kindness was directed at me, which has to do with our guest later on today. And then also, this week, I got to go on a road trip with Santa. Yes, you heard me right. If you haven't been watching along on my page, that might sound a little strange, but no word of a lie. Go look. You know, everybody needs a vacation, right? And who better to show Santa all of the fun things to do across Ontario than an adventure seeker? So I went on a road trip with Hello? There we go. There are lots of fun photos if you want to go take a look on Instagram or Facebook, and lots more coming up. But you can also go follow at Saint Nick Allen on every platform. So lots of wholesome content there, which is really fun. Now, of course, traveling with Saint Nick, I did take him to do some really random, fun, silly things like the selfie studio in Niagara, which was probably the most hilarious 30 minutes of my life. And then, of course, being, you know, a beer blogger, we also went to quite a few breweries because even Santa needs to unwind from time to time, you know. But that was not the really important part. That was not the really important part of the trip. So the really important part was all of the kindness that came out of this trip, because walking around behind Nick is like pure magic. Everywhere he goes, it's just pure joy. And so, you know, it's fun to see the little kids get all excited to see Santa in the wild in the middle of the summer. So they're going to have all these wonderful memories of randomly getting their picture taken with Santa and chatting with him in the middle of July. And that's great. I like that. But, you know, I think I was saying that my favorite thing to watch isn't the little kids. It's like the tweens and teens and young adults that just like lose their minds going, oh my gosh, Santa, and getting pictures with him and, you know, taking selfies and TikTok videos. And it's kind of great. And I think that's even more magical because that's sort of the demographic that's often very concerned about looking cool, and they're just happy to come have this like childlike glee because they ran into Santa, and that's pretty awesome. So that is fun to watch. And there's all those little moments. We were only on the road on our trip for 5 days, and I would say there are hundreds of children and families now with these fun memories of running into Santa, which is pretty cool. But then there are some big ones too. Boy, we're having some tech problems today, aren't we? Anyways, so it's fun to watch all of those little moments happen. You know, there are probably a couple of hundred people, like I said, that more than that, actually. It takes us a long time to get anywhere when walking around with Nick because we're stopped, you know, a dozen times every minute for photos, which is beautiful. And those moments are great to see. But then there are also some big magical moments that I thought were really awesome. So the first one that I think is just something that will stick with me forever even. Goodness gracious, StreamYard doesn't like me today. So that first big moment that I think will stick with me forever was when we went to Niagara. And often when I go to Niagara Falls, pro tip for all you travelers out there that want to go to Niagara, if you go on Groupon, there are often really cheap hotel deals. Like, you're not getting the nicest hotels ever, but they're fine and they're clean and they're a place to sleep. But a lot of them also come with attraction packages. So you get all of these little vouchers for different attractions that you can do. And so I took Santa to laser tag, which is funny enough all on its own. But as we were about to go play laser tag, and it was just the two of us there, a mother and her son arrived also with plans to play laser tag. So we ended up playing with them, which means this kid got to play laser tag with Santa. Like, that's pretty awesome, right? That's pretty awesome. Like, he'll have that core memory forever. He'll just be 20 years old and be like, hey, did that really happen? And he'll have to have his mother go, yes, you're not imagining that. You really did play laser tag with Santa. And there were so many more moments like that. Like, we went to the Painted Ladies in Grimsby. For anyone who hasn't seen that, it's all of these beautifully painted, whimsical cottages at Grimsby Beach. And one lady rushed over. It's like, oh my gosh, can I please get your photo in front of this cottage over here? Turns out she'd been telling her grandchildren for years that was Santa's summer workshop. And then she got to take a picture of him in front of that cottage. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to definitely post a lot more about my road trip with Santa. But for today, I do have a guest. So we're going to bring on Oliver, who some of you, if you've been watching my live streams, might know as the driver of the Stranger Bus. So I'm going to bring on Oliver and say hello, and then we'll tell you the story.
Hello there.
Hello, Oliver.
Hey.
Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, in a non-stranger situation, which is better.
Yes, no longer strangers.
Is my audio all right? I haven't really used my microphone on this setup, and I just checking if everything is fine.
Perfect.
I
Sounds
can see
great.
my face. Hey, face, how you doing?
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. So for anyone who didn't happen to watch the live streams when we were coming back from Nova Scotia, we were in Quebec and our tire blew out. And so we called CAA, as you know, a smart traveler should. And they were willing to send someone to tow us, but they had no way to get all of us to where we were going. There's 6 of us in the van.
Yeah, you were 6 person, and I mean, nobody has like that capacity for passenger around you.
Exactly, yeah. So we were kind of in trouble, and we were stuck at this roadside stop. At least we were close enough to like the roadside stop that we could walk up and, you know, take shelter. So we thought we might end up staying there until midnight, until one of our friends from Ottawa could come retrieve us. But then we got rescued by a stranger who happened to just be driving a bus. Now, Oliver, why don't you tell this story from your perspective? How did that happen on your end?
Basically, I had in the morning I didn't have a job, and in the afternoon I had a job, and the job implied a bus, a traveling bus, and I'm basically, my job is taking passenger from Quebec to Montreal on a daily basis, and then from Montreal to Quebec, and I just see, like, I stopped to the area because I was a little bit hungry, and that's a fun part of the story too, the soup, and and I was just hungry, and I want to, you know, have a little break during my trip, and I saw you like coming out, and then going there, and I saw the towing truck, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they're in trouble. So I just went in and like, hey, is it your car? Right there. And I think it's your husband. I don't even remember his name. What was
That's Adam. Yeah.
he just told me, yeah, it's us, and I asked, where are you going, and he said, oh, we're going to Ottawa, and I said, I might be an elf, and he said, how many plays do you have, and I was like 21. So yeah, that was kind of obvious choice. Like, oh, we should go with the stranger bus. Like, I just happened to be here, and like I said, in the morning I didn't have a job, and in the afternoon I had a job, and that was literally my first day on that job. And since I think I'm a good person, I that was just the obvious choice. I couldn't just go and like, they will be all right. Probably getting eaten by a bear or something. I mean, natural selection does happen all the time. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. No, I'm not gonna let happen. No, no. I'm not gonna hit the desk while I'm doing this. So I'm gonna do like this. Like, no, I disagree. God damn you, nature! I'm not gonna let you eat those No, 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 no.
We do appreciate that. We do. We did not want to get left to the roadside beavers. That's
Yeah, and I mean, the fun part for me, apart from the fact that like literally rescuing you, and I brag about it like a lot.
awesome. You should.
Because that's the thing. I mean, you were there by your own, and basically without me you would be there for like till midnight, something like that.
Oh,
And that
at
was
least,
not a
yeah.
very nice situation to live, especially with children. And I brag a lot about that, because I mean, that's a nice things to do. But all jokes apart, I mean, the funniest thing for me is the fact that we're so similar, uh like for nerdy stuff and geek stuff. Like I said, I wanted to come to Ottawa very soon, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring this thing, and I'm gonna show this thing, and I wanted to have this thing there. And my girlfriend was like, you're really like a child who just wants to show his own room. Like, bring all this stuff. Look what I have here. Oh yeah, look what I have. Oh, mine is better. That's literally the idea. I'm like a 6-year-old with new friends. Like, hey, look what he just bought.
I
I'm just
totally do the same
really
thing.
happy
That's
about
all right.
that. I'm just really happy. Like, I have a first edition of the Indie, like
Oh,
but not the first edition, like the player edition. It's called the Immortal Edition, basically, and it's the
ooh.
gold book. And when you want to play gods,
Oh my
and that's the two
gosh.
booklets, when and you have one for the GM, one for the player. And I was like, I'm gonna brag with this one.
That's
I just want
awesome.
I just want to bring it, and like, oh, I also got this nice Dragon magazine issue that just was before like this thing, and then I got this game, and I'm 6-year-old with new friends.
Love it.
But
I
yeah,
love it. I thought it was really cool when we were about to go get on the bus, and Dahlia said to you, "What a weird coincidence." And do you remember what you said?
um, I think I said something about there is no coincidence, and I was
Yes.
planning that all along. Like, I was
But
following you all days for 3 days, and like just puncturing small little holes on your tires. Like, that's gonna blow up really soon. I'm gonna make new
almost
friends.
time. Yeah.
It's like, have you seen the meme with the how to make friends, and you just grab the leg of someone, and you don't let go until they say like, you want to play Mario Kart, and then you got a new friend.
Kind of sounds like something I would do if I'm being honest. So
Yes, you just grab someone and like, you want to be my friend? No. How about now? No. And then 6 hours later, you want to play Mario Kart? Yep. That's how you
eventually
make
they'll
friends.
give in. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I
So
mean,
so I'm going to ask you also a little bit about your music. You're a musician and you have some really interesting projects on the go.
I
And
have,
just
yeah.
I want everyone to hear about this because it's all just so cool.
So I have two major project and one side project. The first major project is a serious one. It's called Swamp Surfing, and we're currently working on the first album. We had well, we had COVID that slowed us a little bit, because I had it, and actually my bassist got it, I got it, my girlfriend got it, my daughter got it. So it was kind of a messy thing. And that's this one project that it's a psychobilly band. It's basically a surf horror team, spooky, a lot of inspiration from the movies from the 50s and the 60s. So you got a lot of spooky stuff going all around, like Monster of the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, Dracula, all those stuff that are not like scary but more spooky, and
Mhm.
that is for swamp surfing. And you got a very nice like oh my baby la, 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 and this kind of tone and energy, and it's very dancey, and that's the most serious and the most time consuming project. After that, um we we're basically three guys in swamp surfing. And before that, I had a project with two of my friends, to my bandmate. And that project is really weird. That's the most weirdest shit I have done in my life. Oh, am I allowed to swear here? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, that is a fucking weird shit. Basically, we had a band in the past called Sinful Desolation, which was basically a death metal mellow band with like very symphonic music, and the lyrics and the sound of the vocals was like this thing. And I was the singer. My bassist was the bassist, and my other friend was the guitarist because he can do. He's a guitarist. He just cannot do anything else. I mean, he can do, but how degrading! I mean, you play a guitar. You're not like like denigrating yourself playing bass. I mean, so yeah. So one night after a normal jam session with the other member, we have another drummer and another guitarist. Um, we were really drunk, like not pissed drunk, like but very drunk. And I remember I was like, "Hey, you want to do some black metal?" And we're like, "Yeah." So we took my cell phone, we pressed record. Actually, the ex girlfriend of my guitarist press record on the phone, put it on the ground, and we record an album with that. A month later, we record a second album, but we only released it like a year later. That was in 2016. Right now, we're still having this band. It's called Forêt Noire, and that's just a really weird band. We're still having this band. We have 5 album on Spotify and everywhere, and we're working on 2 album. One that is half the one album. It is like half improvisation, half composition, and one that is purely composition. And the concept of the album is just amazing. Basically, it's a war between Krampus and Santa Claus, because they're. I just lose you. Is this normal? Oh my god! I think I'm alone on the chat. Oh my god! I'm alone on the live. Oh dear God, I'm alone on the live. Okay. No, I'm not gonna panic. Everything is all right. You're still there. I'm pretty sure you're still there, and I'm pretty sure you can hear me right now. Okay, everybody, just grab on your seat. Everything is normal. Everything is fine. I'm just here. Everything's gonna be all right. Okay. Let's focus. Remember the drill. Remember what happened in the drill. Okay. If you're alone on the live, just say as much shit as you can. Okay. Um. How about this? I am very happy to be here, even though Sarah's gone. Oh man, I'm pretty sure she's all right. Okay, she's not gonna. She's not dead. She's just out of screen right now. Everything is all right. Everything is fine. Okay. I'm pretty sure she's gonna get get back soon. Okay. 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 I really don't know. I really don't know what to do right now. I'm alone on the chat. I'm alone on the live. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Yep. 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 So my day was pretty good. I had a really nice morning coffee. Everything's fine. I'm gonna do this part just with a regular voice from the radio. So my day was really nice. I had a really nice cup of coffee, and oh, I think she's back. Oh yeah, she's back.
Yay! I was sitting in the sun and my phone overheated. Hopefully you
That
kept going and told everyone all about your music and how awesome it is.
yeah. I was just like literally rocking this. I did not panic when you were leaving. Everything is fine. You don't need to rewatch
Fantastic.
it. Everything is fine. Everything. I did not cry. I did not cry. That is something I'm really proud.
Impressive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, the band and the album we're working on, and that is a big project because I would not say that is more time consuming than some surfing, but almost, because we are basically making this album with it is a war between Krampus and Santa Claus, and the idea is they're basically came from the same energy, which is chaos. But one is purely chaotic, which is Krampus, and Santa Claus has kind of channeled this energy into something more industrial, and he got enslaved the elves and everything. And I mean, the idea was just to have like Krampus and Santa Claus fighting, but in the meantime, we are us. And that is something I need to bring up. When we were working on the death metal band, the main inspiration was 1984 from George Orwell's and Alice in Wonderland. Those were two major influence on our works and on the main composition part of the lyrics. And we had songs about like the 2 minutes of 8 in 1984, or the fact that the reality itself is a lie, even though you're pretty sure you're living in a true reality form. That was the main idea. So we kept a little bit of those idea, and we kind of rebrand them, and we end up in this kind of weird team, this weird album. Hey there, hello. So
You just found me in the forest. Anyways, carry on.
so yeah, so we kind of rebrand those ideas, and we add up a little bit of the weirdness and I'm gonna say spookiness, but it's more like the horror theme underneath with Foreign Noir. And now we're have this really weird concept album, very weird. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing with this band. And since we're having this band since like 2016, it evolves a lot, and we're doing a lot of improvisation. I mean, most of our albums are improvisation.
Come on.
I'm coming
So-
soon, buddy. Okay, that sounds freaking amazing. Really, like I cannot wait to see that whole thing. That's
And yeah,
Fantastic.
and I mean, we're experimenting a lot with this album and with this band. And my bassist happened to pick up theremin as a second instrument.
oh,
So we have a lot of the woo stuff going all around.
that's cool.
And because I'm a multi-instrumental, I play multiple instruments. That's very hard to say in English. Multi-instrumentalist. This thing. I
a big
play
one.
multiple instrument, and I compose a lot. I'm using a software called MuseScore, and basically I'm scoring everything. And for a battle between Krampus and Santa Claus, I have an entire score, an entire song, and basically you have like clavichord, harpsichord. You have a chorus, an entire choir there. You have violins. You have two guitars, the bass, the drum, all going around, and you really have this fight. And it's more. I mean, they're not really fighting, so it's more like a duet where they're basically like saying, "You're a piece of shit." No, you are a piece of shit. No, you are a piece of shit. Ah! That's the idea of the song. But to bring it to life and have the entire composition, that isn't a big part. But I mean, yeah, I mean, working on this for a very long time. And the side project, because I do have a side project, it's called Mechanical Discordia, and it just allowed me to do anything I wanted to do that is not from Swamp Surfing or from Foreign Noir. And that is implying like trying ideas and just songs that doesn't fit into the universe of those two band. And I'm so yeah, so I try to have like a balanced diet of music and idea. But it's just like when you're going like in a restaurant, like a buffet, and you have this plate, and you just take one plate, and then another plate just came, and then you take this. That is my brain. Like I just never run out of idea. I take one idea, like, oh, hey, I got a new idea. Oh, I guess I'm gonna take this one, and then I have like 10 plates, and they're all very hot because for some reason they keep a heater for bacteria and things. So I just have all of those ideas. I'm, oh man, I shouldn't have those ideas. And now you cannot just replace them, because everyone in the restaurant will look at you like, what are you doing? You cannot just put plates back in, and you're gonna have a really judgmental, and then you're gonna get evicted from the restaurant. And I mean, we all been there at least once. And,
Oh, the curse of creative people.
yeah,
Just stacking all those plates on top of one another.
needless to say, I'm like banned from 20 restaurants in all Montreal. So yeah, that's happened a lot.
That's pretty awesome. I'm not sure if you know this about me. I mean, you probably have figured this out since I just went road tripping with Santa, but I really, really like absurdity.
Yeah, it's like when we talked a little bit earlier this week, and I said this thing about Nick, the fact that he's basically been lying to you your entire life, and that just came out of the spot. Like, okay, he's not like. He's not pretending. He is Santa. The lie is the fact that he say to you that he's not, and that is the thing. And yeah, everything was planned since you were a little girl. Your parents make a wish one day with a shooting star and like, I hope she will all right. And you just appear from thin air and like, I'm going to protect her, but she must never know who I'm really. And you were like, oh, it's okay. Just pick someone random in the neighborhood and I'm going to run with my car. That was the idea.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So you said you drive back and forth between Quebec City and Montreal.
Yep.
Now I'm a travel writer. I'm an adventurer. I somehow have never been to Quebec City. So
that is a shame. That is a shame.
I know,
You should
it's
be
shameful.
ashamed of yourself. I can no.
So of course I will come to visit, but for anyone who's out there listening who's thinking about coming to Quebec City soon, what would you say is one thing that can't be missed?
I mean, all the uptown is very nice from a historical point of view, and Quebec City is like weird because half the people are really very sympathetic and very nice, and the other half like, they're like, fuck this and fuck this and fuck this, and like, what are you doing? And but from a touristic point of view, I mean, uptown is you need to go to Chateau Frontenac just to see it because it's very nice. Fortification, of course, but that is very touristic shit. And that's very weird because there's a lot of things to see and to do, but like very quickly. The old port, le Vieux Port de Québec, the how you say that in English? The place with boats. Lots of boats.
Like the dock, the marina, the harbor.
The harbor, yeah. They just have lots of boats, and it's a whole another place with lots of new boats.
Like people put their boats there. It might be a marina that you're looking for.
I love like I'm sounding like a I got a lot of boats. They're gonna go boats, you know, and then gonna go park the boats and they're gonna like boats with the sailing out and gonna go boats. And you got a boat? You got a big boat yourself. Yeah, you're gonna park that big boat yourself in there and then down and the whole place and go really nice and go there the boats. And yeah, boats. One thing that a lot of people don't know about Quebec that we have lots of museums that are only here. Like we have a museum from the le Musée National des Beaux-Arts, which is very, very nice. I love to go. There's the Civilization Museum with a lot of really nice exposition. There are one right now about shit.
What?
Literal? No, that's a literal thing. That there's an entire exposition right now about shit.
That's hilarious.
That's fantastic. You mean
like
they're
the science
like in
of,
the
the
same
history of,
in
like,
the same
what?
museum you have an entire exposition on Pompeii, okay, and the explosion of Vesuvius and everything. And on the other side, you have like, hey, come in here. We have about shit and a lot of things. And that's very interesting because you start knowing how people deal with shit and how people say shit and how what is our relationship with that and how toilets evolve and how we were like from having the private closet in one place and where it is very problem with hygiene in some places, and Bill Gates is in play at one point like, I built those toilets and they can be used whatever without water, without anything, and that's very interesting. Like, I'm gonna go this thing about shit. That see the accents just came out again. Like, I'm gonna sit saying about shit in my boat.
That actually is really cool though. Like, I mean, I do like unique museum exhibits, and that sounds like it's actually worth seeing. So I might try
yeah,
to see if it's a traveling exhibit, I need to see when it's leaving so I don't miss it.
from an entire like touristic point of view, the entire old town, uptown is very, very nice. And after that, I mean, it's just like another city. You have in point of interest, you have like very nice bar and pubs, and that's pretty much it. But from a touristic point of view, that's why when we're attracting people in Quebec City, the old town and the uptown, which is basically the same thing, but there's a part of the old town which is very, very downtown actually. But yeah, and that one thing I noticed when I went to Montreal, that a 4-star in Montreal is like a 2-3 star in Quebec. That
Mm.
is a huge difference, because in Quebec, the entire industry, and that's approximately for the same price, the entire industry in Quebec and a big part of the economy in Quebec is based on tourists. So when you have a 4-star hotel, which I went once with my girlfriend just for have a long time, and actually we were looking for a spa, and they weren't either open or they were full, and we just end up like, hey, there's a spa in this hotel. Hey, let's do that. Let's rent a room and just have a nice time in the spa and just do it
Nice.
like La Dolce Far Niente, just for the fun of it. And we went to this 4-star hotel, and I see the difference, because right now in Montreal I am in a 4-star hotel, but that's not a 4-star hotel. I mean, no, that's not a 4-star hotel. That's a very nice hotel. I mean, that's very cool. Everything is fine, but no. I've been in a 4-star hotel. That is definitely not a 4-star hotel. No. Bout. And then, yes.
So you're getting a lot
So
of bang for your buck in Quebec City when you go to hotels, is what you're saying. If you're
yes,
booking a nice hotel, it's going to be nice.
that's going to be nice, because that's the idea behind that. We are a very touristic city.
Mm.
And when you have a lot of explore actually, and that is weird with Quebec, because it's very small, but that there's a lot to do in one spot. Like, you want to go see the Chateau Frontenac, but on your way you're gonna work on the St. John Street, and St. John Street have a lot of things on there, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna, oh, I want to see like the just the fairway boat. Oh, you want to go there? Okay, fine. You're gonna take this this little hill and gonna go there, and oh, there's this thing too, and there's a lot of concentration of touristic thing in one place, because we don't have a lot of place in Quebec City. I mean, we in Montreal, they're like 2.2 million people. We are like maybe 200,000,
Is that all? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're not a lot here. We know. I mean, if I go out there, I probably gonna see 10 or 20 per person, and I'm probably sure that I'm gonna know them. Like, hey, I know this guy. I see him like 2 weeks ago. It's a very big village, actually.
Oh, interesting.
And Quebec City is like, when I'm going to Montreal, I don't love Montreal. And I talked with that with my friend today. Why I don't love Montreal? Because it's ugly. Because it smells not really nice. It's not clean. It's a big city. Commute is very like chaotic. You want to go one place that you cannot. You have for a lot of reasons. And it's like, oh, you don't like Montreal because you're from Quebec. And I was like, no. I said, yes. That is exactly why you don't love Montreal. That's because you're from Quebec. And he's not from Quebec. He's like from the other how would you say that, the south side.
Mhm.
Of the St. Lawrence River, actually. And he's like, Montreal is fine. It's a bit noisy, it's a bit loud, but it's fine. But I don't like it, because in Quebec everything is like very close. That's the one thing. You want to go somewhere, grab your car, 15 minutes, you're there. In
That
Montreal,
sounds
like,
nice.
you want to go somewhere, okay, hang on your shit. You either take the metro, go with the bus. You have a Bixi also. You can just bike on there and have like doing bikes with no brakes in in downtown, and like having fun, and like, oh yeah, I'm on my bike with no helmet. Hey, fuck you all.
That's horrifying.
And if you want a car, okay, well, fine. That's a 45 minutes ride just for going somewhere, and good luck with the parking. Oh, you didn't think of parking?
Oh, yeah.
You just have to abandon your car and then pick another one. That's just the spirit of Montreal. Just pick one.
Same problem in Toronto. Yep.
that's the one time I've been in Toronto. I never went in downtown. I just went across it,
Yeah.
and we passed through. We didn't have a show in Toronto. We had a show in Sault Ste. Marie, I think.
Mhm.
No, we didn't have a show in Sault Ste. Marie because they didn't want to hire us because we were French.
Oh, oh
That's a true story. My friend is from Morocco. He called them, he speak English, and like, oh yeah, a lot of us find out if everything's gonna good. And he got like this big accent. They were like, okay, fine, you want to do a show here? Okay, no problem. We went. No, we didn't went. We called like a week before just to confirm, just to
Yeah.
make everything is fine, and blah blah. Like we do. And I remember my guitarist at the time. It's called Martin. Hey, Martin. And he don't have a real nice accent. Like you can spot that he's from Quebec, like very easily. He just call like, "Hello, I just want to make sure that everything is gonna be good for the venue." And he was like, "Fucking frog," and he just hung up with the conversation.
Oh, no.
And he was like, "What just happened?"
That's awful.
What happened? So my keyboardist from the guy from Morocco just called back and was like, "What the hell is going on?" And he said, "You fucking frogs! I don't want you in my bar. I don't want you in my venue. You fucking frog! You're gonna ruin everything with your junking." And it was just like prejudice
Yikes.
after prejudice after prejudice. Like we are drunkers. I don't know if you knew that, but in Quebec, it is mandatory to beat our wife. That is a thing. You're getting married. You have to beat your wife like a daily basis. Like you're too redneck to do either way. I mean, like you have to beat your wife. That's the thing. I mean, she's not gonna remember with her limited brain anyway. We gotta beat your wife. That's a thing. So yes, that was very weird, and we end up in Mississauga with another band, and very nice. The band the people in the band was nice. The band was not very nice. I think it was called like Anal Destruction, something like that. Yeah.
You know, there's a band name for everything. So
Yeah. I mean, they're extreme violated pussies. They're suffocating pussies also. That there's a lot of band. They're one of my favorite band in this area of music of all time is Anal Cunt. I don't know if you ever heard of Anal Cunt.
I have not, but now I'm
amazing.
curious.
Okay, Anal Cunt made a song was called "Hitler Was Right and I'm Jerking on It." That's the spirit of Anal Cunt. They made a song about Paul Walker. The song was called "Paul Walker is Gay." Then Paul Walker died, so they made a song called "Paul Walker is Gay and Dead."
Oh my god.
That is the spirit of Anal Cunt. But there's a very fantastic plot twist with the story of Anal Cunt. One day, all the people was just shitting on the band, and for good reason. So they made an album called Picnic of Love. And the one of the song goes like, "I respect your feeling, I respect your gender," with this voice, with like a very smooshy guitar, and that's
my
the
gosh.
entire album. Like they're respecting you and they're loving you. That's like, oh, you want to make fun with us? You want to shitting on us? Okay, let's do the entire opposite of what we've been doing for the last 10 years.
That's hilarious.
Fantastic. And I love when bands and artists do that. Like they get criticized for something and they reply in a very clever way. Eminem did this with the Ringer album.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Eminem, but I love the guy. Like you
Yeah.
have three aspects of Eminem: when he's funny, when he's like pretty much destroying the shit out of you, and when he's make you cry.
Yeah.
Like all the song about his family and his daughter is like
yeah.
heartbreaking. What is called oh man, I have very bad memory for songs, and that's gonna come back. And yeah, and I love when artists like going like, okay, I see the criticism, I see how people react to this and that, and they just have a very clever comeback about this, and or when they have a very clever comeback, but then they're like, I am not serious, 100% not serious, and they're not taking them seriously.
That's
In
pretty
metal, you
brilliant.
have that a lot. Like Cannibal Corpse Cannibal Corpse got a lot of criticisms during their career, and one day I heard that story, but I don't know if it's true. But I mean, it fits the character. George, the main lyricist and the singer of Cannibal Corpse, one day went into the studio and didn't have the lyrics for one song. So he just picked up one medical manual thing that he'd got, and he just randomly took names and things in the medical thing, and he just built a song on the go. And I don't know if it is true, but it fits the character. Cannibal Corpse is not serious. There's no way those guys are serious. It's like
Right.
Immortal in black metal, the black metal move from Abbat, the singer and guitar, it's the crab walk. That's literally his signature rock move. He's like this and guy, that's the crab walk. That's the thing that Abbat do. This guy is
Amazing.
not serious with his music. It's not serious with himself. It's very serious with his production, his music, and I think that's why I love to do with music, because there's an entire aspect of being professional, but we're artists. That's the way that we choose to express ourselves, and that must be pleasant in a way.
Yes, of course.
Be able to say, hey, I want to say something, and I don't want to torture myself for the next 3 years just to say it. That would be nice. So I'm gonna say it, and whatever come off, it's fine.
Love it. That's awesome. So before we go tonight, I do have one more question for you. Usually my last question for people is if you had one piece of advice for people who want to get out there and adventure, what would it be? But I think I'm going to change my last question for you, because I have an even more important question for you. You obviously have this being kind thing down pat, and I think lots more people need to do that. So for people who are struggling with, getting out there and just being nice day to day, what would your advice be?
Well, the obvious answer will be do it, but that's not easy. To be kind is to accept the fact that you are going to be vulnerable. You are placing yourself in a situation where people wouldn't do that, and a lot of people won't expecting you to be kind. So that's kind of a challenging thing, but start small. I mean, being kind is just having this idea of wanting to be better, but to do better. And I don't know if that's clear, but that's kind of a weird concept in my head. I just walk and I go like, well, I definitely cannot just walk away. And in the meantime, you don't realize it really when you're doing it, but being kind is being kind to yourself at the same time, because you're doing something that is very positive and that's having a very clear impact on you. So if you're not like, I don't know, I mean, kindness is good, but I don't want to like getting too implied and I don't want to hurt myself. Well, you won't. You might be very implied into a situation. I was very implied with the situation because that implied me to drive and going somewhere. But at the end, I felt nice. And I mean, that's a little bit selfish thing to think about it. But if you're struggling to be kind, I mean, you should act a little bit selfish about this in the first place. Like, I want to be kind, but I don't. I mean, I have to get something out of it. Yes, you're gonna get like very positive vibe and everything. Okay, do I get money?
No. No, you definitely don't.
You don't get money, but you could like find $1 on the way. I mean, no. We're in Canada, dollars are very easy to lose. Like they're metal pieces instead of like paper thingy. I do have a question.
Yes,
Do
absolutely.
you call it a loonie?
I do call it a loony. Yeah.
You do.
Loonies and toonies. Yep.
And toonies. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. We don't have those things in Quebec because we speak French. Yeah.
What are the French words for a loony and a toonie?
We have a word, because before the Canadian dollar was an actual thing, the Canadian currency was the piastre. That was the thing, and we're still calling them piastres. So,
okay.
For example, if I say, "Oh, that's the dollar," I'm going to say, it's in piastres.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
We
I
have
think the loonie's more fun.
Nah. I mean, we're the one who are more historically correct, because I mean
You're not wrong.
We were there first and speaking French first.
But it has a loon.
Yeah, But Looney is also like Looney Tune has got nothing to do with Bugs Bunny. I mean, at this
That
point,
is true.
you're
That
gonna
is
just
true.
get it being sued by Mel Blanc because he's gonna raise from dead and then like, hey, that's my answer. And yeah, no. We're not gonna have this problem with ghosts and zombies from Mel Blanc. I mean,
I'm going ghost hunting tomorrow.
or you do? Oh, we. That's the thing. Also in Quebec, that is not all year, but we have the Ghost Walk when you're
Oh
working.
yes,
Yeah,
of course.
and you meet a lot of our friendly ghosts because friendly ghosts. I don't know if you know the Corriveau.
No.
Okay, that is a story from Quebec. She was an actual person that exists in real life, and she murdered like 7 of her husband, and then she was hanging chain in front of everyone to see her and to like boo her.
Of course, yes.
in,
As
in
as you
cage,
do.
in a metal cage of this and I have a friend who actually have a band called La Corriveau, and they have a cage they
Oh
put
my
on
gosh.
stage when they are doing this and it's a very Quebec story. We have beers about the Corriveau, and during the Ghost Walk, that's actually called the Ghost Walk. You meet the Corriveau, you meet another guy who was at the time he was a gay guy back in the colonial time, and I think he was also hung in chain, but not in the no he was I think he was castrated and he got like a very severe punishment in his ass, something like
Yeah.
that. Like that's the way you're doing justice in the colonial time.
Oh yes.
But you meet
There have been
him,
some interesting punishments in the past.
yes, you meet him and you have this walk in the old town at on very real location, like the old Anglican church, the one place that have an old building related to Corriveau, another place with cannons. So you are literally walking where those people lived. So that's
Nice.
very nice.
We just did a ghost walk in Kingston, but that one sounds really cool. So there we go. There's our final tip for the evening for all my spooky friends out there. If you are going to Quebec City, sounds like they have an awesome ghost walk.
Yeah, it's not all year long or all year long. That's very hard to say, but you can definitely check for this one.
Awesome.
very
Thank you so much for joining me, Oliver. And again, thank you for rescuing us so that we didn't have to sleep in a roadside stop in the middle of Quebec.
I mean, that was the obvious thing to do. That was the obvious thing to do, and I'm very glad I did that because now I got new friends.
Yay! And now you can come show me all your cool stuff.
Yes, and when you're gonna come in Quebec City, I'm definitely gonna show you around. And yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, if the exhibition on shit is still there, we can go together. I mean,
Fantastic. I will look that up and see when it goes away.
Fine.
Thank you again for coming. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
And everyone else, until next time, happy adventuring.
Have a good day. Have a good night. A lot of